Imagine a new frontier, one where the vastness of space becomes the domain of military operations. It's not just science fiction anymore, it's reality. The United States Space Force is set to become the sixth branch of the U.S. military, a historic move that marks the first new military branch in over 60 years. In a bipartisan budget agreement for 2020, the Pentagon will redesignate the U.S. Air Force's Space Command as the U.S. Space Force. This new branch will be headed by a Chief of Space Operations, mirroring the organizational structure of other military branches like the Navy's Chief of Naval Operations. The Space Force will incorporate most of the Air Force's space assets, including satellite launching facilities like Vandenberg Air Force Base in California and spacecraft ground control bases like Schriever Air Force Base in Colorado. It will also take command of America's network of GPS satellites, the X-37B spaceplane, and other military space assets. Some assets and personnel from the Army and Navy will also be integrated into the Space Force. The 2020 National Defense Authorization Agreement outlines the mission of the Space Force to ensure freedom of operation for the United States in space and to conduct prompt and sustained space operations. The Chief of Space Operations will report to the Secretary of the Air Force, similar to how the Commandant of the Marine Corps reports to the Secretary of the Navy. This transformation is monumental, reminiscent of when the U.S. Air Force was established as a separate branch from the U.S. Army in 1947. Initially, the Space Force will be small, with an envisioned force of fewer than 200 personnel, but it could eventually grow to include over 15,000 Air Force personnel. While the name Space Force might evoke images of space warships and laser battles, the immediate reality is more grounded. The Space Force will primarily focus on monitoring and protecting America's fleet of satellites from potential threats. Yet as we look to the future, who knows what the next 230 years could hold? Just as the Navy started with 6 frigates and now has nearly 300 warships, the Space Force's journey is just beginning. However, the excitement of a new military branch is tempered by a sobering reality. The militarization of space signifies that mankind is bringing its conflicts into a new domain. As we expand our reach beyond Earth, the hope for peaceful exploration is overshadowed by the inevitability of militarization. As the Space Force takes shape, it stands as a testament to humanity's drive to conquer new frontiers for better or worse. The cosmos, once a realm of wonder and infinite possibility, now becomes a strategic battleground reflecting both our ambitions and our enduring propensity for conflict.